Okay, guys, so we are almost getting there. And I would request that you all stay muted while one of you is speaking. That way, there is no noise. Great. So we are all live and it would be awesome. Thank you so much. So everybody here who is watching on YouTube, this is a very special session, especially for all those who have done the NLP courses with us, the practitioner, the master practitioner, or the TTT. We have invited some special women. As you all know, Women's Day is coming up soon. And these special women who have implemented NLP, seen growth happen, seen themselves excel. They were already excelling, not that it's because of NLP that they are excelling. It all began with their own intention to keep learning and keep growing. And then, of course, with the help of NLP, they made even nicer and larger. So we are going to have some sharing from them, not just sharing about what they did and what they achieved, but how they used NLP, what techniques, what methods, how they implemented it, and how in a few situations it helped them. So we have some women who have been implementing this for a few years now, who are going to share about their experiences. And after they are done, we can of course have more of an open talk. So others can ask questions to them also. Of course, that is after all the sharings are over. Great. So whom do we start with? Mehernosh? Any opening comments? Dean?
Yeah. So there was one line that we studied in the NLP practitioner course, if some of you remember. And that was when we did the Milton model. A woman without her, man is nothing. And right now I have paused at the right places so that it makes the right kind of impact, because we are talking about success and women, and not just successful women, but women who are the success behind successful men as well. Balancing family roles, multiple roles. Well, I should not be talking about it. Let me hand it over to you. So let's go with the flow. All right. So who shall be the first one? I think let's begin with Anu. जिसका कैमरा ऑफ है उसी को कैमरा ऑन करने को बोलते हैं. म्यूट हो आप, नहीं सुनाई देगा.
I was trying to move to my iPad so I could see everybody. No problem. I can always do it on the phone. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mehernosh and Pawan, for giving us this opportunity to start with. And thank you for letting me speak पहले, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 12:40 हो रहा है. So I want to stay as alive for the session as possible. So yeah, so to give you a little bit of my background, I'm a psychotherapist and a numerologist by profession. Work globally. During COVID, I've started working online. Till then, I was working in Australia in an NGO called Dragam. And then we moved overseas, so I went on online. फिर उसके बाद got introduced to Mehernosh and Pawan through Mukund Tabib, Dr. Tabib, who all of us know, excellent mentor and trainer. So thankful to him for getting me here. So two of my main experiences that were life-changing, I should say. During COVID, we could not travel. And going through the master session, and Mehernosh was doing this with someone. I'm not too sure who was he working with, but while he was working with someone, I had a aha moment. So he was paying attention. We were talking about words that we use and how words impact our general physiology or general body. So it was that time when COVID was there, and air travel was not easy at all, and we had to quarantine. We were coming to Australia for a 3-week vacation, but quarantining for 2 weeks. So only 1 week with the kids. So I was saying air travel is a headache. And believe me, I would really get headaches. And while he was doing it, that was the aha moment. Calling air travel and headache was causing a headache for me physically. And that is where I changed. So once I stopped doing that, no more headaches. Air travel, I feel now, is a pleasure. Don't care how many hours the flight is, 14 hours, 17 hours, abhi aadat ho gayi hai. But it is more of a pleasure and no more headache. So thank you, Mahanush, for that. And the other one was the beliefs that we form because we've heard people telling us certain things. So one of the beliefs that was very ingrained into my mind. So this was something that Pawan was doing in the in the practitioners session about our beliefs and values. So how beliefs impact us can be positive as well as negative. In my case, it was, I would say, tad bit negative. And I will tell you why tad bit negative. So the belief that I had formed because of always hearing maa ki nazar lag jati hai bachon ko. Any non-Hindi speakers? I'm sorry, I'm speaking in Hindi. Non-Hindi speakers are there? All good? Okay.
It's okay. You can just translate a few words in Hindi. Yeah.
Okay. So, when you hear that even a mother feeling good about a child can impact the child's health. So I wouldn't believe in that. I was like, oh, that's all rubbish. But then for some reason, when my first baby, my baby girl, who's now 26, no more baby, but she's, so when she was born and I felt all this coming true, I stopped praising my children, both of them, and they would crave and crave and crave for that recognition that, oh, you did this so well. I was extremely proud of their achievements because whatever they are today is all their achievement. So, but I never praised them. After the session, we had a little practice session where I'm on a small screen, so I cannot see who all are attending. But if any of my people who are in the practice session with me are there, please, I would love to say thank you to you all. Yeah. So we were in that small session where it was a great moment when they said, okay, call your kids now, since the belief, you're switching your belief and it's coming to a positive angle. Call your kids now and see how you can praise them. And I did it, and the kids just couldn't believe it. They had tears of joy. Mama praising us for the first time was a big deal for them. A big deal. So remember, these are in their 20s, early 20s, and they have never been praised throughout their life. So, not that I was never proud of them. I'm a very proud mother, but I've never praised them. So, me praising them was such a big deal for them. And that was the change. Till date, I still praise them. I never get that nazar lag jayegi thing doesn't come into my mind. So those are the two NLP shifts that were very, very powerful, and would love to thank my cohort and my gurus for getting that change in my life. Thank you.
Wow. Awesome, Anu. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And Anu has been with us in multiple practitioner, master practitioner, and even the trainer. And transforming not only her own life, but life people around her as well. Thank you, Anu. And
thank you.
Glad to know that actually now gone into the museum of old beliefs. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, the pet baby. Ricky.
My Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah.
My favorite bacha.
Yeah. All right. Great. So now let's have next up here, Monica. Monica has been with us in one of the most earliest practitioner batches. Then she's done the masters twice, and now she's all set for the train the trainer as well. And Monica, tell us more about yourself as well, about what good things you're doing about the farmer community, and then about NLP.
Yes, sir. So, thank you, sir. Every time I've been told to chup raho. For the first time, you're telling me, follow up. So, like pitch khul ke मैदान मिला है तो आज मैं बोलूंगी. So, my name is Monica Singh Shekhawat, and I'm an entrepreneur. So, my company name is X5 Retail. It's 10 years old company. And we provide modern retail space to the craftsmen, Indian craftsmen, entrepreneurs, homemakers, homepreneurs to retail their product in modern spaces like malls and metros.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we have been doing this for last 10 years. And so far we have thousands of such entrepreneurs has participated with us in different cities, in different malls. And approximately in last 10 years, we have generated 100 crores of gross revenue for our participant. And in 2020, two good things happened with me. First, we ventured into our agro project, that is X5 Agro, which is into providing market space for farmers. So we produce and we provide market space for farmers of northern eastern part of India, that's Meghalaya, Nagaland and all. So, and second good thing happened was I was for the first time introduced to NLP. So I'm thankful for 2020 for this thing. So there are many reasons for to be sad, dukhi hona, but these two things I strongly associate as 2020, not as for COVID. So there are many small changes which I learned through NLP during this, like very small, but yes, that brings a lot of awareness in me, like which language to use in mails while communicating in corporate and all. Small तो बहुत सारी चीजें, how to deal with my daughter in day to day, what lines to use, double options देना है, all these things छोटी तो बहुत है, n number है. पर जो two biggest चीजें हैं मेरे लिए जो I just want to share is first that when I was in my teens, 12-13 साल की रही होगी, उस टाइम पे नए आप ड्राइविंग सीखते हैं and you like to, कोई नहीं देख रहा है, you just pick up की और स्कूटी लेके बाहर निकल गए. So I was in my village and मैं वहां पे हमारे पास एक TVS Champ थी और I just छुप के मैं चाबी लेके and I went कि मैं चलो चला लेती हूँ, दोपहर में कोई नहीं देख रहा है. And I just banged into the tree और वो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा चोट लगी पेट में. Since then मैं इतना डर गई थी and चोट लगने से कम एंड फैमिली मेंबर्स का जो फीडबैक था उस समय, इतनी डांट पड़ी एंड माय ग्रैंडफादर वाज लाइक कि लूली लंगड़ी हो गई तो शादी कौन करेगा. सो उस दिन से मेरा एक बैन हो गया था स्कूटी चलाना या टू व्हीलर चलाना. और सिंस देन लाइक आई वाज 13-14, उसके बाद से पिछले साल आई थिंक 2021 में मैंने कार चलाना सीखा आफ्टर डूइंग एनएलपी का कोर्स एंड ऑल. दोबारा मैंने किया, तब मैं वो फियर को ओवरकम कर पाई कि नहीं अब मुझे सीखना ही है. सो आई शेयर वीडियो विथ माय जो कलीग्स थे उस टाइम जो मेरे साथ लर्न कर रहे थे, और सर को भी इस वीडियो शेयर किया था कि आफ्टर से अराउंड 25-26 इयर्स के बाद आई हैव ओवरकम माय बिगेस्ट फियर, जो मेरे लिए एक पैशन था 12-13 साल की उम्र में, फिर उसके बाद कंप्लीटली बंद हो गया. एंड तो वो एक अचीवमेंट था मेरे लिए, पर्सनल अचीवमेंट, क्योंकि मुझे मेरी बहनों को देखती थी या फैमिली में सबको देखती थी, एवरीबडी इज ड्राइविंग एंड आई वाज लाइक नहीं मैं तो नहीं चला सकती. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो चीज मुझे आई यूज्ड टू फील कि अरे यार आई एम लैकिंग दिस, सो वो ओवरकम किया मैंने। और दूसरा था, मेहनोज सर को याद होगा 2020 आई थिंक इट वाज सितंबर अक्टूबर, न्यू बिहेवियर जनरेटर की वी वर टॉकिंग, एंड आई वॉलंटियर्ड दैट कि मैं आई वांट टू मेक वीडियोस। So I went through that exercise, I practiced, and I think in November I made my first video in 2021 कि मैं सर बनाऊंगी अब वीडियो, आई वांट टू ओवरकम कि ये वीडियो बनाने का जो फियर था कैमरा पे आके बोलने का। एंड नाउ आई थिंक आई एम मेकिंग अ रेगुलर वीडियो फॉर माय कंपनी फॉर इट्स प्रमोशन एंड ऑल, टॉकिंग अबाउट माय कंपनी, and I'm quite comfortable with it, though I did several other courses how to be presentable on camera, but that was the point which triggered or helped me, yes, to generate new behavior, to adopt new behavior. So ये दो चीजें थी। and थर्ड दो ही बोला था पर एक और शेयर करने दो। एक थर्ड ये था कि फाइनेंसेस को लेके I was like कि मुझसे फाइनेंसेस नहीं मैनेज होते, आई कैन डू अ गुड बिजनेस, मैं आई कैन डील विद पीपल, आई विल करूँ, लेकिन फाइनेंसेस मुझसे मैनेज नहीं होते। Then once again we did that, sir did exercise with me, so uske baad today I think everybody look up to me for finances ki Monica you manage it well, and the biggest praise it comes that mujhe bahut motivate kiya, it was from my father-in-law ki nahi Monica ka finances bahut acha hai, let her manage. So such compliment really motivates you. और बहुत सारी ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो होती है हेल्थ को लेके, या फिर जो एनएलपी में हमने सीखा है कैसे पेन को रिलीज करें, ये सब करें, वो सब करें, एंकरिंग। तो व्हेन आई डू विथ माय डॉटर माइशा, बहुत लोग को लगता है ये क्या करती है, जादू टोना करती है क्या। So these are the things, मेरी लाइफ में तो बहुत चेंज आया है, और मैं जितने लोगों को हो सकता है बोलती हूँ, बताती हूँ, because this is something I've really benefited. So I'm very thankful to Mehrnoor sir, to Pawan sir, and I think I always stay connected with them. I just learn new things with them every time, and whenever I get time I try to repeat these courses. So thank you sir. हो गया time up?
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing, Monica. Great. It's really inspiring the way we are learning new things. Awesome. And we are making changes in our life. And the entire purpose of this is that we get to know that how we are applying what we have learned. Kya transformation hua hai, where we have brought, where we were, from there, where we have come to. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Monica. All right. And now we have Teji ji. Teji ji has been a senior director with Capgemini and many more things. So she'll tell us more about her profile and how NLP has impacted you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mehrnosh. I think today's session is such a power pack with so many, senior batchmates who have come together to share their learnings. And most important for me is to connect with the old batchmates, Anu, Puja, Monica, all of them, Rutuja, Mamta. It was such a fabulous to see everybody on the screen today, and a great opportunity to see so many women's empowered, already empowered with NLP, and I'm sure they're going to take it much forward. So quick introduction about myself. As Mehrnosh said, I was working with Capgemini, Mehrnosh no longer. And NLP has been influential for me to take that leap decision, which I had been, putting back on the back burner for a very long time. And NLP has helped me to, integrate with myself and accept things and move forward. So for me, I think I've shared this in multiple other sessions also of what NLP has brought to me. NLP has actually given, as Mehrnosh and Pawan always say, it's the user manual for the mind. And we all have experienced till date that, mind is complex, cannot be managed. NLP offers so many tools and techniques to manage our mind so well, and use these techniques to empower us, not just us, enable us to empower few more people who are willing to take that life forward. Some of the tools that has helped me in NLP personally is, there are many of them. Anchoring is something which I found extremely beneficial. I had been very sensitive to, noise, especially when in the early morning when I would hear a loud noise, it would trigger a headache and, immediately within 5 minutes, I would get a headache. And thanks to, our batchmates, when I discussed this, and we immediately in our practice session did a collapsing anchor, and it has taken this situation away from my life. The second thing, I think, which is shared even by Monica, Anu, the power of the words. I had read so many books talking about, words carry power. I had read it so many times. NLP actually helped to understand that deep inside and feel how words can bring that change. So how I use it now, whenever I'm framing a sentence or using the words, every word carries a vibration. And when you switch from one word to the other, let's say I was talking about a situation, I feel the vibration of that sentence, then rephrase it with better words, feel the vibration. It automatically corrects me to use the right language, right word patterns. And that is the beauty of, empowering self and using the right words to send the same vibrations to others, to connect, to build that rapport. Other techniques which I would like to share, which I used exhaustively when I was working, was the chunking up. We had many situations at work where, we are actually working on an initiative which is going to bring a lot of benefits. Typically, the team members, are resistant to that change, to accept that change. Using chunking up language was so beneficial because it helped each of the team members to reach the final goal objective and consider the highest goal versus looking at that initiative as a project by itself. In fact, in the last, in my last role, we were looking at creating an automation, and everybody was like, we were actually very tired with the, lot of work that was there. The automation would actually have helped every team member. However, just because it would create action items for somebody to take it forward, team members were on a huge resistance on taking that initiative. And when I used the chunking up language to, bring everybody on the common objective of the highest goal, we suddenly saw teams accepting it. In fact, many of them volunteered to pick each part of that automation to make it successful. So, there are many tools I can talk about. For me, anchoring, using the right words, and the last one which I would definitely give a big is the submodalities and the perceptual positions. I had an incident, couple of years back where in a situation somebody had spoken very rude to my parents. I was unable to forgive them for what happened in that event. Though my parents actually, told me not to look at the situation in this way, I just couldn't accept the hurt that they caused to my parents. And when I did the perceptual position after learning some of these techniques, over the period, it has helped me nullify that entire situation and look at them in a much different way. And I was able to reconcile with them and talk to them as well, which, I was just not willing to accept them as common friends just because of that situation that happened. So NLP, gives many of these techniques. And for me, if I would summarize it, many of my beliefs, fears that I had since childhood, as each one of them, Monica shared about her fear of driving. And we have seen the video, I know she has put a very good song along with it, Chali Chali Re Main Apni Gaadi Mein Chali. So a lot of these fears, I'm sure each one of us have some of these beliefs, fears, where some relative, some friend would have said, and we have carried in our shoulders for so many years. NLP has helped me to take a flashback of my life on many of those beliefs or, stuck emotions which I had, resolve them, and I am now integrated with my entire past and living a very peaceful, rather than having some of these beliefs or incidents bother me. I'm sure if you look at each one of your childhood experiences or any limiting, you will also be able to get relieved of them. So thank you so much, Mehrnosh and Pawan, for giving this opportunity. And for me, I would say NLP is the best gift I have given to myself, because in this chaotic world, you would rarely find anybody to spend so much time with you to help you resolve your subconscious patterns, limiting beliefs. By doing this course, each one of us has empowered ourselves to do it ourselves. So thank you so much, Mehrnosh, Pawan, for this wonderful opportunity.
Sharing, Tejiji. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Tejiji has also been part of several batches and bringing around the changes and supporting each other to create that transforming environment. Wonderful. All right, now who do we have next? An educator, a trainer, a teacher, Puja Srivastav. Over to you.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, great. Okay, good evening, everyone. Namaste. First and foremost, thank you so much, Meher sir and Pawan sir, for giving me this opportunity. I was genuinely surprised when I received a message, and it was amazing, a very wonderful surprise, very happy. Like sir said, I'm an educator. So I introduce myself as Puja Seema Anurag Srivastav. NLP, I think, is just हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि मेरे रगों में बह रहा है. So I live and breathe NLP, and I think that is what NLP did for me. Every stage of life, I mean, I would go in details, but I know the time limit is of 5 minutes, so I'll maintain that. But very, very importantly, I think that was the best decision that I did for myself. I made the best use of COVID and got myself registered for NLP. And thanks to Shrish for that. I cannot thank him enough. That bugger is not here, but lot of gratitude towards him. And Meher sir and Pawan sir, thank you so much for opening this kind of online initiative for people like us who couldn't do it on a regular basis. So really appreciate that. What NLP did for me first and foremost is, yes, being a psychologist, you do understand everyone works with their own definition, but the concept of model of the world, that everyone works with their own model of the world, and it is okay for you to not accept it, and it is okay for them to not accept. I think it just became much more clear for me in a more of a personal setup. I joined NLP with the main objective of resolving things for myself. Professionally, I was doing very well. I was very happy with my career, but I did NLP first and foremost for my personal resolutions. And it did help me balance out on a lot of things in my personal relations. Now, people who have done NLP with me are aware of the background and the backstory I come up with. But today where I am, I would not be where I am, happily married, on my family way now, if had it not been for Meher sir. He is the reason. That one call, that one talk, that one session, the use of his words where he told me, Puja, go from me to us. That thing was so impactful for me that it allowed me and let me see that I had a chance of seeing happiness again. And sir, this is on behalf of Abhijit as well, that I want to say this on live, that thank you so much for that one call. Thank you so much, because we are very happy where we are. And seriously, in some way, आपने एक फादर का रोल प्ले किया था मेरे लिए in that way to guide me and support me. आप बहुत young है, but still you played that role and you guided me in that way. And today I am honestly very happy where I am. And it it is all credit to you, because otherwise I would not have said yes to marriage. I was very clear on that. So thank you so much for that. That is on a very personal front. With regards to how NLP, what strategies I'm using, that I think I have gone on and on during our NLP TTT sessions as well, because yes, I am definitely using it hands-on. I'm using the loop stories, I'm using the metaphors, and my students are much more engaged. Like, I am all over the place with them, and they're like, ma'am, we want to discuss this, and the solutions are much faster, it's more engaging, and you know, they also want to learn this. My students are like, ma'am, how did you do that? They have come without me telling them that you have to ask this. They ask it by themselves. And because I started, how did you do that? Because we just worked on that, those small phrases, it just became engaging. I learned it from the best masters, I guess, and I'm trying to imbibe that from you guys, you and Pavan sir. So loop stories and metaphors definitely are something I'm using every day in my everyday sessions. And what has like personally changed for me is, if everyone remembers the ghee experience, I could not stand the smell of ghee. Like, my mother would be like, Puja aa rahi hai, ghee bana ke 2 din pehle rakh do, ladki ghar ke andar nahi ghusegi. Today, the reason of nausea is something very else, and very happy. I'm very happy about that nausea. I do not want to change it. But yes, I have made my own ghee. Pavan sir ka ghee ab pata nahi kab milega Pavan sir ko. Meher sir se to mulaqat ho gayi, but I'm sure soon. अब आप दोनों को मिठाइयाँ मिलेंगी मेरे हाथ के घी की. So looking forward to spreading more awareness, more happiness, and taking your blessings in person. So again, thank you so much, both of you, all my members, all my friends here. It was an amazing journey with you. I'm still learning. I'm still using NLP. It's an everyday process. The teaching doesn't end. The learning doesn't end. You keep on learning all the day, every time. Every experience, every interaction is a learning. And I'm using my hands again. So yes, but then as Meher sir said, that's the proof that it is Puja talking, not a clone. So yeah, it's me here. So thank you so much again. And I see Seema Page name. So if it is Ridhima's mom, hi auntie, namaste.
Wow, small world. Great. Thank you, Puja. Thanks for sharing.
And I finished on time.
Yeah. Okay. Well done.
I worked with a timer.
Oh, okay. Good. Nice. So using the techniques from the TTD. Good.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful sharing. Thank you so much. And I want to just also share something with you, Puja, that in every batch, whenever we are teaching submodalities, we give the example of the ghee. And those who are here from the recent batches, here is the person whom we are referring to all times. Puja is the one. And here you have heard it live from her mouth. So thank you so much for sharing that. Well done.
Thank you.
And just so you all know, Puja owes me a couple of kgs of ghee.
Sir, अब डबल कर दो आप. अब डबल मिलेगा आपको, डबल खुशी का.
इंटरेस्ट वगैरह मिला के शायद 8-10 किलो.
सब
भूल ही जाओ.
नहीं. पवन सर, मेहर सर,
कोरियर करवा लो ना आप. कोरियर करवा लो.
अरे
नहीं, वो तो मिलके ही
पूरा के पूना में है.
पवन,
मेहर सर से मुंबई जाके मिली मैं. पवन सर बिजी है, मैं क्या करूं?
पवन, ये घी का एग्जाम्पल लेके मैंने कितनों को NLP प्रमोट किया. आई कांट टेल यू हाउ मेनी आई प्रमोटेड. घी ऐसे कैसे घी बना नहीं सकते. घी का स्मेल से उसको तकलीफ है और 5 मिनट में उसको शी इज ओके विद द घी स्मेल. क्या मैजिक होता है. आ जाओ NLP.
मुझे पता नहीं, मैं तो खाने से मतलब रखता हूँ.
पवन सर अभी बेबी आ रहा है. पवन सर अभी भूल जाओ. एटलीस्ट
6 महीने के बाद में मैं अपने हाथों से बना के दोबारा खिलाऊंगी. फिलहाल मेरे को हर चीज से नौचिया हो रहा है.
Okay, carry on, guys.
Awesome. All right. So now let's move over to Delna. Delna has been a coach and one of our TTT certificates as well. So Delna, please tell us more about yourself and then tell us about how NLP has impacted you.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Menosh and Pawan. It's really lovely to see some familiar faces. Puja, big congratulations. Yes, and I was there on the ghee class, so it's very, very fresh in my mind also. So, okay, my name is Delna. To those who don't know me, I'm a wellness consultant based in Dubai. I specialize in meditation practices as well as NLP and coaching modalities. I'm also a wellness columnist writing for Khalij Times, and I'm working on my first book. So a couple of years back, when I set out to learn NLP, what I wanted to do is I wanted to tune up my communication and influencing skills. I was in the PR industry, so I thought it would be of great help to me in my work, and especially with my teenage boys, because, you know, bringing up children away from home, away from family, especially coming from a family of mainly women, it was very challenging for me at first, and I felt unsupported. I felt a little alone, and I felt I really needed those tips to take me through. So I was on this journey of self-growth, and with NLP specifically, I wanted to invest my time in learning how to parent my children better. However, in the process, I realized that the person who I needed to nurture the most was not my children, but it was me, myself, and my own inner child. So, you know, it's like how you look at the dishes on a menu, you see the dishes. So I knew the concept of self-care, of self-love. I used to write about it. I used to talk about it. So I knew the concept. But just like you see the dishes on a menu, you don't taste it at that time. So in that way, I had not fully tasted what it meant. I read that 82% of adults suffer from these thoughts about themselves, you know, self-deprecating thoughts, low self-esteem. The number one reason I learned was that we feel, especially in business, we feel that self-love can, with entrepreneurs, you know, self-love, it's a flowery concept. It can wait. It's not important. It doesn't matter. It's not a priority. And number two is we don't know how to love ourselves in a healthy way. We don't know how to draw boundaries. We don't know how to silence our inner critic. And we often slip into negative self-talk. I think so many ladies ahead of me have spoken about this, the power of words. And for me also, this was a big part of it, you know, the power of words, because every cell in your body can hear you. Every cell can hear those words that you're speaking in your mind. And at that time, I didn't think it mattered. So NLP took me on a personal journey of understanding my beliefs. I deep dived into really looking at what my self-beliefs were. We did this process called belief re-imprinting, which really helped me to understand where my beliefs are coming from. What are my beliefs about success? What are my beliefs about me as a parent, about money, about various aspects of my life? It really gave me, you know, things that we don't realize when you're young. Sometimes you hear your parents saying money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard for money, or you can't have it all. Sometimes in society, you hear people saying you can't have it all. You know, it's either work or home. So I looked into those beliefs very, very carefully when we did the belief re-imprinting process. And I was able to re-imprint those through the process. And trust me, if your beliefs don't vibrate with a I am worthy vibration, you will always find a reason to stagnate. And that's where I was stuck. And that's when NLP gave me that little bit push, which I really, really needed. We all have a tendency to take negative criticism and harsh criticism, and we feed it to ourselves, you know. Maybe you've also heard the voice of your inner critic and your inner self-talk. And just remember, sometimes just remember those little words that you say to yourself. Oh my God, that was such a stupid thing I did. That was so silly of me. I used to do that too. And I think many people do that. But just remember that, at least that's what I remembered, that those self-talks is also one of the meanings that your mind is making. And because the mind is a meaning-making machine, its job is to keep making meanings. And our job is to keep telling it a better story. So this we learned in reframing, which again was very, very important with my own self-talk and also the way I communicated with other people around me. So instead of nurturing your inner critic, Go on and welcome your inner cheerleader. That's what I learned. And that's what I now strive to pass on to whoever I speak with. And give this inner cheerleader space to thrive, and your life will improve in incredible ways. So I wish each of you amazing success on your journey ahead. A beautiful journey of self-transformation through NLP, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Delna. Thank you for sharing. Awesome. So Delna has been applying the techniques from not only practitioner, master practitioner, including the TTT as well. And there are times when she keeps sharing on the TTT group about what she's doing and how she's applying the things. So really wonderful. Keep it up. Great to have you on board. Thank you. Okay, now let me hand it over to Mamta. Mamta has actually been my colleague and batchmate in the QPFP course, that is Qualified Personal Finance Professional. And we happened to bond well there itself. And then she's here learning NLP and taking NLP to new heights in her own profession. Mamta, please do tell us about yourself and also how NLP has helped you.
Yeah, first of all, lovely to see the empowerment you've done, Pawan, because in the practitioner's batch itself, when I first joined NLP classes, I saw all these transformations happening, the ghee transformation with the Puja and Yogita, and so many of us, Kadambari, so many of us had so many transformations, and it's amazing to see how far we have come, okay? So more power to us, not just the ladies, but the men also, okay? Yeah, so by education, I'm an MA and B.Ed in English, special English, and I was a teacher. I used to teach higher classes, and no contact with finance at all. And when I joined the finance field, it was like I was like a timid mouse scuttling into the hole, because I didn't know anything about any of it, but I was getting paid to learn. There, if I actually think about it, started my NLP journey. Because I started communicating with people, learning about what they wanted, and learning how to communicate with them in a way that they wanted to do what they want, what I wanted them. I wanted them to invest. They had to want to invest. They had to see a reason to invest. So that was where actually my NLP journey started. But I've always been interested in communication. I've always been interested in words. I've always been fascinated by the way people think. What makes them think the way they think? What makes them do what they want, what they're doing? And how do we influence them that they can do what we want them to do without their knowing that we are influencing them? So that was my first introduction to NLP. NLP I joined because it was online. I was really grateful it was online during COVID time. And I loved the way Mehernosh talked. And I loved the way he took the session. And I loved the way he was so impartial. The way he handled, whatever situation was happening in the room. He mastered the art of handling it with so much of grace. That's the word that I want to use, grace. And it was an eye-opener for me. That if this can be done, there is no situation that you can't handle. And that was what I wanted to learn. And yes, like the others said, the magic of words, that's why it's called spelling. You cast a spell with your words. And that has always interested me. I've had a lot of people coming and telling me things, probably because I am not a very judgmental person. I'm like, my map of the world has always been that my map is my map, your map is your map. If we can coincide and the two circles can join somewhere, then we can sort of communicate and get along. So it's always been like that, but to actually formalize it was NLP. I didn't know till then that I was doing it. There is a name to it. But yes, it came to that, building rapport. And in my field, I use a lot of metaphors because that's the way to get the message across without being preachy. Those who attended the practitioners with me know how many metaphors came into the chats or into the sessions. And it continues till this day. The most transformative metaphor that I used, it was quite recently, about 1.5 years back, after the NLP sessions. A lady came to me, she's my friend, and she talked about a lot of problems that she was undergoing. And most of them were something which had happened a long time back. So I just asked her, have you ever bought tomatoes? She was quite shocked and said, of course I bought tomatoes. And then I want you to do one thing. Imagine you bought the tomatoes yesterday. There's a rule. You have to carry that bag with you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, the bag should be with you. And you should not change the tomatoes. They should be in the bag. Carry it with you continuously. She looked at me and said, are you mad? I said, why? She said, it'll be rotting. I said, then why are you keeping the emotions which you have had from a long incident that happened a long time back? Why are you carrying it in your mind? If the tomatoes are rotting in the bag, what's happening inside your mind and inside your body? She just looked at me and she didn't say a word. And if it was the old me, I would have expected a reaction. But after my sessions with Delna, I said, okay, the seed has been sown. Leave it. Let her think about it. And she went back and she didn't say anything at that point of time. She came back to me after a long time. And then she said, the tomatoes, I've thrown them.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was for me a very special moment. Just that one word, one sentence that she said, I've thrown the tomatoes. And it's not just for her, because for me also, there are a lot of sometimes when I carry some, resentment or some anger or something. And then I remember the tomatoes. So I always have a bag of tomatoes right in front of my eyes, which I need to check. Okay. And there's another one which is very special to me. I use this all the time, and I'm sure it will be useful for you also. I visualize a ring of fire around me. Okay. That fire is something like your gas burner. So it can go high and it can go low. And whenever you find somebody unloading their resentment on you, and you have not done anything to justify it, I just turn the flame high. So whatever they're dumping on me burns that itself. And it doesn't come to me. But the criterion is, have I done something to justify it? If I have, then I need to deal with it. This is for only unjustified things that people dump on you, because there are people who dump traffic rage, they'll dump office grudges, they'll dump whatever comes and they want to dump something on you. Just burn it in that fire. And I have used this technique with a lot of my friends. Believe me, it works so beautifully, because it's like Sita had the Lakshman Rekha, we have the Agni Rekha around us, because it's Kali Yuga. So these are two techniques that I have used very, very frequently. Of course, where I told Mehernosh this, and he looked at me very strangely when I did practitioner's course, or when I did master's, I told you. I said I didn't like submodalities at all. I couldn't understand why would you use submodalities. When we actually did submodalities, part of it. And when we came to masters, and then I realized how powerful it is. And I've actually used it, Mehernosh, for a person who was going through a lot of grief and a lot of trauma after COVID, losing her husband. And I used it along with the metaphor to guide her through the tunnel of whatever she had gone through, seeing light at the end of the tunnel and coming out into the light, beautiful world. And she felt very light after that. She said, yes, I can now deal with a lot of things that I need to do. So for me, this has been something which it's beautiful. And I am also very, very grateful to you for having introduced me to the World NLP Summit. There I saw a lot of techniques with, the practical use of it. Because we studied here literally theoretically. But to see parts integration being done, to see how other people are using the NLP techniques, it was an eye-opener for me. And I wore another chashma on top of my chashma, and I just, looked at it with wide eyes. Oh, wow. So, and the last thing, one more thing. NLP taught me to question. Because till then, I would take a lot of things If you told me something, I'd say, yeah, okay, because I trust you, I believe you, and you have told me something. So yes. But NLP taught me to say, what if? What if there's another way to do this? What if this is not correct? What if there is a better way of doing it? What are the options available? So that's a huge thing, that tool that I have got, because otherwise I would just accept whatever was said.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Mamta. And look at the comments in the chat box. Awesome, really inspiring, amazing. I think, and there is also a request that if you could take one of the Wednesday practice sessions on how you have applied these learnings, that will be amazing for us. Great. We'll talk about that. So in fact, that's not just for Mamta ji, it's for everyone. And if especially for the trainers, that's part of the trainer itself, because when you enroll for that, you are able to take the practice sessions as well and practice your training skills during the sessions. But definitely, it's also open for powerful, inspirational transformations that each one of you are able to make, and come here, share it, and amazing. Keep it up. And the one more thing I want to share is that Mamta had been a volunteer for the modeling process in her batch. And I think each of the beliefs and values and strategies that came up with in the modeling process in the master practitioner batch with Mamta, each of them was an aha moment, because kind of her beliefs were like eye-openers. And by now, you know, the way she talks, it's metaphors and interesting curious ways of asking questions and putting it. So amazing. Thank you. And one more thing, Mamta, I want to share with you that I learned a different definition from you on what are beliefs. The way you describe beliefs, you use something which then I imbibed it in the program further on and take it on. So I want to share with you. Thank you for that. So Mamta described beliefs as personal presuppositions. So in master practitioner, you talk about presuppositions, beliefs. So presuppositions which are personal to you, they actually are beliefs. So thank you, Mamta, for your contribution. And
thank you, Marinosh, and thank you, Pawan, and thank you to all my friends who join in the Wednesday sessions, as well as those who joined in the master practitioner. I've learned a lot from every one of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Mamta. You took me to the master practitioner session today, our earlier session.
Okay. So now let's have Yogita. Yogita is also an educator and TTT certificate as well. So Yogita, tell us more about yourself and about NLP.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. So first of all, thank you, Marinosh sir and Pawan sir, for giving me this opportunity. Right. It is really great to talk to you about, whatever I have learned through NLP. And so a quick introduction about myself. I'm Yogita Joshi, and I am a lecturer at a management college here in Nagpur. I teach subjects of communication, HR, and organizational behavior. And my first introduction to neuro-linguistic programming was actually a TV show I see on con artists, where they were using it for conning people. And I was like, bhai, ye to kuch bhi dikha rahe. It's a TV show, they're exaggerating. And then I get a message from Puja. So Puja knew that I've been wanting to do this for years now. And she sent me the certification link. And I was like, oh, okay, Puja ne kiya hai, to believe Puja hai, kare to acha hi hoga. And so she sent it that day itself. I paid the money and I was like, karna hai. And it was an amazing journey. All 3 sessions which I have done, all of them were amazing, right? And so talking about my best experience at NLP, I think, Pawan sir and Marinosh sir create a very safe space for all of us. And for me, I was able to actually work out a lot of my childhood trauma in a session on belief reimprinting, I believe it was. And it changed the way I looked at myself, and it changed the way I worked of my own impression of who I was, right? So I think NLP has definitely helped me go a long way in the way my brain works and how I do it. I've used it both professionally as well as in my personal life, right? So as a lecturer, I was always teaching the content कि ये content पढ़ाना है, ये मेरा style है, मैं ऐसे पढ़ाती हूँ, right? But after doing the TTT, I was able to kind of, structure my sessions using the format theory, the format model, right? And this has actually helped me kind of get the concept more ingrained in my students. They're able to remember things more. They're able to come up with more examples of their own. And it's a great feeling, that after you teach something, when they are able to tell you something which, and you never expected such kind of application from the students. But format definitely helped me there. With regard to my personal life, I always believed I was eternally single, afraid of commitment. I cannot commit to anyone. It was during a conversation with Puja. Don't laugh, woman. It was during one of my conversations with her where she said, it's not like that. It's not as if you don't commit, right? You're just holding yourself back. And happy to share that I am no longer single, not getting married anytime soon, but no longer single. And love language actually has helped me a lot, primarily because my love language and my partner's love language are poles apart. Okay. So he is, I am a quality time person. She's making me laugh so much, Puja, shut up. Yeah. So I am a quality time person. He is the one which is, acts of kindness and acts of things. And if I had not learned love languages, if I had not done that course, I would have probably broken up by now, saying कि उसके लिए मेरे लिए time ही नहीं है. But then I realized that his way of expressing things is ensuring I'm home. If I'm out, he'll go and pick me up at times. So understanding that all of us have different ways of showing that we care for each other, and my way need not be how he expresses it itself, right? So incidentally, it's also his birthday, by the way. So it was a great session to kind of talk about him also in a way. So great feeling. And I think these two concepts have definitely helped me both in professional as well as my personal life. So thank you so much for this opportunity. That's it from my end.
Thank you for sharing, and happy birthday to your partner.
Yeah, thank you from his side.
Great, thank you. And it's amazing how we keep applying whatever we are learning at whether it's practitioner level, master practitioner level, TTT level. And in spite of you already being in a profession of training and educating, you got to apply new things. And amazing. Keep it up. Great. Thank you. All right, now over to another educator here, and we have Dr. Sheila. Please tell us more about yourself and then about NLP.
First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to express my learnings and sharings. So I'm thankful to Manoj sir and Pavan sir. I started NLP. I got connected to Pavan sir's reading of 100 books. Through there, I started my journey, and I just joined it without giving much thought. मतलब कि हाँ मुझे ये सीखना ही था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. I just joined it, and after joining, I found drastic change in my life, in my personal experiences. The best thing from the practitioner was you can change your lane anytime. That is the statement which Meher sir had said, and that relieved me of so much pressure which I was carrying at that time. And when I joined NLP, it was the time when I was just gathering myself. Some few incidents or events had happened, and मैं खुद को बस समेट रही थी, संभाल रही थी. और उस समय NLP मेरी जिंदगी में आया, या मैंने चूज कर लिया NLP को, जो भी हो. लेकिन मेरे लिए वो सही में जैसा अभी किसी ने कहा था कि that is the best gift I gave to myself, and I am बहुत सारे डिसीजंस शायद मैंने रिग्रेट किए हो कभी लेके, अरे ऐसा नहीं करना था, बट NLP I will never, means I'm not at all regretting, and I will never regret coming in this course because it has given me wings. मुझे उड़ने के लिए पर दे दिए हैं NLP ने. And the next in my practitioner, I was on the hot seat for perceptual positioning. तो वो तो मेरे लिए काफी बेनिफिशियल रहा ही, लेकिन जो मास्टर प्रैक्टिशनर में बिलीफ री-इम्प्रिंटिंग हुआ, that really changed my belief to such a extent कि इससे पहले I was doing so much, but I felt that I am not being approved, means my efforts are not being recognized. But that belief change of I'm lucky now, I feel that I'm lucky enough, and luckily see in the national conference I was assigned the post of organizing secretary. मतलब अदरवाइज शायद वो पुराने बिलीफ के साथ मैं काम करती तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं काम पूरा करती लेकिन कोई पोस्ट नहीं रहता, बट इस बार आई एम लकी इनफ, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई वाज द ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी, मॉडलिंग द सक्सेसफुल बिहेवियर, and that I learned the art of delegation. And I means on 6th there was convocation, and on 8th there was our national conference. और मैं इतनी relaxed और इतनी peacefully convocation enjoy कर रही थी. Had it been something earlier before doing NLP, तो शायद मैं convocation attend ही नहीं करती क्योंकि मैं वो काम के बोझ में ही दबी हुई रहती. So this I learned the art of delegation, which was means I'm implementing. मुझे नहीं पता कैसे लेकिन हो रहा है. And एक सब modality change जो मैंने खुद पे किया was about chocolate shake. मतलब मेरे बच्चों का आश्चर्य होता है, otherwise it used to happen कि 2-4 दिन हुए और I used to call my son, कलश प्लीज, तो मैं इतना बोलती और वो समझ जाता कि अच्छा चॉकलेट शेक ऑर्डर करना है. एंड नाउ फॉर मींस सो मेनी मंथ्स हैव पास्ड, ही आस्क्स मी मम्मा ऑर्डर कर दूं क्या, और मैं बोलती हूँ नहीं आई डोंट वांट. तो ही वाज सरप्राइज्ड. देन आई सेड दैट आई डिड सब मोडालिटीज चेंज. तो देन ही टोल्ड मी कि ये आप चाय के लिए क्यों नहीं करते, तो उसके लिए आई एम नॉट स्टिल प्रिपेयर्ड, एंड वंस आई विल गेट प्रिपेयर्ड आई विल चेंज माय टी हैबिट आल्सो. And with NLP, I have started to speak effectively, to put up my points effectively. जो चीज नहीं माननी है तो बगैर रेपो तोड़े, मतलब पहले मेरा चेहरा बोल देता था सब कुछ, मेरी जबान से पहले मेरा चेहरा ही सब कुछ बोल देता था. Now I have learned that I can speak for myself without breaking repo. और मतलब 4 पंक्तियां बोलना है, लेकिन ये भी इसके साथ ये बोलूंगी कि by choosing this I was very much aware कि मैं कुछ गलत ना चूज करूं. मतलब गलत इन द सेंस, एक शेर मैंने पढ़ा तो उसमें था कि सूरज ढलता है फिर वापस उगता है, ऐसा. तो मुझे लगा कि नहीं यहाँ पे there is a presupposition of ढलना, so I don't want to choose this. So this awareness has been created by NLP. And I'll just wind up my expression with these few lines. खोल दो पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, खोल दो पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है, मेरी उड़ान और बाकी है. जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी है. जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पुरंदर की बेबसी ना समझ ए नादा, लहरों की खामोशी को समंदर की बेबसी ना समझ ए नादा, जितनी गहराई अंदर है बाहर उतना तूफान बाकी है, बाहर उतना तूफान बाकी है. And really I'm thankful to Mehernosh sir and Pavan sir for giving this platform. I'm thankful to all my friends, a new NLP family which we have created. All have been very supporting, and they have helped me grow, and this growing is still going on. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sheila. keep learning, keep growing. And I remember both the incidences that you mentioned about the demo that we did on perceptual position as well as belief re-imprinting. And one thing else which I always kept saying to everyone at the time of the final assignment of the master practitioner, like Dr. Sheila mentioned, it was not just an assignment related to getting the certificate, but actually applying it, applying it and integrating it in your life. And the way she has applied that art of delegating and taking it forward in her life with new behavior generator also she had shared. Wonderful. Thank you. Keep it up. All right, now over to the book coach, Hina. So she is the author of several books and also on a journey to create authors from many more people. So here, Hina, over to you.
Thank you so much to both of my mentors. And it always starts with overwhelm and the overwhelm continues till the end. And I'm Hina Srivastav and I'm a book coach and an author of 4 books. And I've worked with the Times of India and Hindustan Times as a freelance journalist. And since the time NLP has started, it's all the roller coaster journeys in my life that seems I started to enjoy all that. So to begin with, I would like to say one biggest change which NLP has got in me is the fact that nothing changes around you until something changes within you. And that has really, really done wonders to me. I keep on remembering this thing. And starting from today itself, one of my friends was talking to me and she said that I'm very slow and that's where I use chunking. And I just asked her a few questions, which were like, I just asked her slow than whom? And when she said everyone, I asked her who were those everyone? And when she named them, I just asked her that what makes them so important? And that was a aha moment for her. And she left with a lot of thought and a lot of overwhelm. So I just felt so it helps when it helps other people, I feel more empowered. And since it is a women's special part, the second point which I want to mention is apart from being a successful woman and apart from being the woman behind a man, I would say that now I'm at a place where I can say that I'm a woman behind my child's progress. So having this special child of 5 years old and through the sensory acuity and through the rapport building, the kind of changes I have got in him, and especially the kind of learnings I have learned from him, it is class apart. So I got to know how he learns visually. When he tries, whenever he's in mischief mode, how he shuts down visually and he's just on with his auditory part and how he's anchored to certain words, like for example, Choco. So I can make him do many things. And that anchoring is very automatically imbibed in him, which I got to know after getting into NLP. And sometimes when I said that and he turned back to me and I realized that he's anchored to this word. So I'm using it wisely with him and just going ahead and helping myself before helping him, healing myself before healing him. So again, a big thanks for that to NLP and to mentors as well. Next change it has brought in me, which maybe I was doing beforehand as well. Like whenever my mother used to say about her, if she's getting hurt by somebody or maybe her past experiences, I used to console her by saying that, ठीक है ना, वो उनकी सोच है, वो उनका meaning है, या वो उनकी सोच है. I used to say, doesn't mean that, you know, that doesn't mean that they want this only. They don't want to say this only. They may mean something else. But when I came to NLP, I realized that this is what is model of the world, and that has helped me to be courageous enough to put my point forward, because somewhere there comes a point where you start to feel that maybe people will feel bad about it. But with the rapport and along with rapport building and knowing others' model of the world, it has helped me a lot to tread through and to make my point very clear. Then comes my profession as a writer. When I make my characters, they have an inner layer and an outer layer. So knowing NLP, knowing people to the depth, knowing their models of the world, knowing their sensory acuity, it has helped me not just to write better dialogues, but it has also helped me to write better characters. And I just sometimes fall in love with my own characters. As a wife, I would say the compliments have come many a times from my husband. Sometimes he pulls my legs because there were times when there were assignments going on and we all were very busy, and he just thought that every time NLP is in the air. But apart from that, whatever changes he has seen in me, that has come from his side only. And although he doesn't know the name with the word leveler, but whatever he said, I could understand that he said that, you have reached to that level where the things which should not affect you are not affecting you, because I don't mean them that way. So before I end up with a final reframing, I would just say that now when today only I was thinking that I can add in my Instagram bio, apart from the book coach, I can also write that I'm a book of life coach as well. And all thanks to NLP for that. And one reframing which I've done for the abbreviation of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, recently, a few days back, just to acknowledge the gratitude towards the Master NLP Practitioner Certificate, I had posted a long post, and there I reframed the NLP, which now is nourishing, lasting progress for me. So that reframing I did, and I love to delve deeper into that every time, and I try to find out all other reframings of NLP. And overall, it's the best investment I've ever made in my life so far, and with 100% ROI, more than 100%, I guess. So thank you so much. And once again, thank you to the whole NLP, which has become my second home, my NLP family, all the NLP mates, and also to both of my mentors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hina. And Hina is also known to be a master of words, and we could make that out through the use of our words, the choice of words, and nourishing, lasting progress. Brilliant way of putting NLP. Thank you. All right. Now let's hand it over to Nirupama. Nirupama, please tell us more about yourself and also how NLP has helped you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, for having me here. It's actually amazing to know I've been hearing right from Anu till Hina, wonderful transformation and the journey and everything that they've been talking so well about NLP and the people out here and the coaches. It's really great to know, and it's very nice to be, as a part of this community, and everybody comes with a vast background and profile. Compared to that, my intro is very short. So yeah, I'm from Bangalore. I've been living in Bangalore and a few parts of this country. I lived in Calcutta and Indore and back to Bangalore again. To talk about myself, it's like I'm a keen learner, and any new things which comes up attracts me, any new things and unique things, and any unsolved puzzles keeps me going. And recently I came to know there is a name for that, and that's called Zeigarnik effect, which is like I have a psychological tendency of remembering an uncompleted task than what I've completed. And yes, and personal front, I'm mother of two, wife of one, working in a private company here in Bangalore. And this company also impacts pharma community, like Monica was talking about it. Yeah, and I have had a lot of best practices here ever since I've been in NLP since last year. I'm from practitioner batch masters, and then I also happened to attend this year Global NLP Summit. So it was 2 days wonderful transformation knowing about it. And I thank Mehnu sir for letting us know that being a coach of NLP and our coach, you said it is subjective, so do not stick to one coach, have exposed to more and more people talking about it. So that encouraged me to enroll there. So thank you so much. So it was a great learning experience so far. And a few things which I can talk about is like right from basics, rapport building, meeting the person where they are, everything is really helping me a lot in day-to-day basis. I think for most of us, reframing helps making the belief, from limited to an empowering one. The person who's sitting with me, if I reframe their sentence and I've seen the transformation in them and the way they think about their situation, I mean, the ones who are feeling low will get more empowered. So that's nice. And meta-model questions help me a lot in seeking more clarity, not to make assumptions from the opposite person. Otherwise, I was a big-time meaning-making person. And with meta-model versions, it has helped me for being non-judgmental. So otherwise I would just jump into meaning makings. And lot of things, other things are pacing and pacing and leading. It actually, I was in the day when I had to submit my practitioner batch. I repeated my practitioner batch. I could not submit my assignment. Again, I reappeared. And when I reappeared, when it was time to submit my assignment, last day, I had stuck in a legal case and it did not work out against my thing. So it was almost about to fail. There I used pacing and leading because I was told this case would go towards me. So I did that pacing and leading right from the beginning. This is what you told, I told, you told, we agreed. Somehow that particular thing really worked for me as a turnout. And I had messaged Mehrnur sir that this time also I apologize, I cannot submit my assignment. No answer from him. I said, I'm really stuck in some personal things. I cannot submit, maybe next time. And I'm feeling bad to ask again, third option, no answer from him. After some time, again, I say, maybe I will do by tonight, 12 o'clock, but I'm really not sure. So I get a reply there. I'm sure you'll submit it today. So all the best. So this is the kind of belief and the kind of trust you gave me. By not answering me, you helped me that day. So by not helping me, you helped me. So thank you so much for these kind of pushes and a lot of positive statements which I worked, say what needs to be done and do not say what need not to be done. So instead of saying don't do that and then do this, so positive statements. And it has immensely helped me when I moved to a new organization as an employee, where I see a lot of people are, like laid back and very delayed in giving us answers. And also I have figured out a way through meta programs and other things, why people are the way they are and why are they doing and how to speak to them, how to communicate with them so that I get my work done. That has immensely helped me a lot in maintaining my sanity and also getting the work done. So there is some magic there because even others don't know how I'm getting the work done. It's nothing but through NLP. I can say anything that makes a difference is NLP. Yeah, and a lot of things have helped me. I think the list is too long, for a short duration. It could be goal setting or anything. And because of goal setting and well-formed outcomes, wheel of life, I figured out my most prominent areas of life which I need to figure out and had more clarity of thoughts. And there is something that management consulting I was always interested to, and I enrolled to this course last week. So I'm very happy about enrolling to this management related course, which is something which I always wanted to know. And also, I would like to thank you there. So when I wanted to know about something about financial things and management consulting, whenever I sent you a message, you gave me some references whom I can follow, and that immensely has helped me a lot. And there's a lot of impact which I've gone through a lot of techniques, much more list to go. And I can say NLP is like something I'm breathing in and out, and it has helped me to relate and correlate a lot of things to day-to-day activities. Pawan sir always says, and you also say that, whatever works is NLP. Today I was watching one of the movie clips, Two States movie clip, wherein Alia Bhatt saves a marriage when she goes to Delhi. So she saves a marriage. So I was watching that scene. So it's not only whatever works is NLP. I also realized today, if anything has worked, go back and see, there is some hidden NLP there. So that really, and I got a lot of things, even the power of pause. There is a power of pause as Milton model, and there is meeting the person where they are, and chunking up, everything. I mean, wherever it works, we have to go back and see, definitely there is something, of whatever we have learned. And the way we think, structure thoughts, it has helped me a lot in everywhere. And beliefs and values of hierarchy has also helped me to be where I am today. And yes, I've told you all right from basics and all, and to let you know what is that, which has impacted me. It's too small for me to say. Every single day of your session has impacted me. The best thing is whenever I watch the recording, if I miss the session, even while watching the recording, we feel that you're right in front of us and talking to everyone, and even our co-learners are together. So never felt that I was watching or listening to a recording. I even listen while driving. So it's like, I'm listening to a live session. The entire journey, the aha moment for me in the entire journey so far is having the wonderful 2 transforming coaches and all the co-learners, whoever has been a part of my batch. And since whatever you're talking is on the occasion of Women's Day, I would like to say that, I would like to reiterate that woman can do wonders, just that she needs to be understood and acknowledged. And on this occasion, I would like to thank all men around me. This I do every year, wherever I am. So I would like to thank all men around me who have supported me immensely, be it from my family, like, my husband, children, both sons, and my cousin brothers, my colleagues, or my boss, my co-learners, even here in this batch, everyone. So I would like to thank everyone for giving us a safe environment and a supportive environment and a very encouraging environment for us to be the way we are. And Mehnu sir and Pawan sir, thank you so much once again for, you're always honest and very upfront in whatever guidance you have to give us, whether we connected through group or messages or directly over the call. So thank you so much. And you have even helped me with a lot of queries, and I didn't know you were on vacation that time. Later, I came to know that you were on vacation, and I don't forget all your help. And thank you all learning partners with me, my batch, my previous batch. I have a lot of accountability partners here, Yogita, Hina, Puja, Archana, Tapaswini, Purvi, Dr. Sheila, everyone. And it's because of Hina, I understood even sleight of mouth, how nicely she implemented in her life and how she could break the belief of someone in her apartment that she lived. And she helped a lot in the midterm assignment, which came for her. So, and not the least, Tejiji and Umaji, I don't know if you're here, I'm not able to see the screen. So both of you being refreshers in our batch, thank you so much that, being refreshers, you were not just refreshers as a part of the group, but you helped us a lot in terms of assignments, in terms of any queries, practice sessions, any questions I keep putting up in the group, you always give me answers, at least you attempt to help us out, hand-holding us. So thank you so much. And all of you all who are here are already transformed. I wish each and every one of you to have an awesome years ahead and awesome months ahead, and keep learning, keep sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirupama. And today I came to know there is a new name for you. That is Sprite Girl. Seedhi baat no bakwas. So that's what has been typed in the chat box. So yes. So I vouch for that Nirupama has always been like to the point and very keen, knowing, very clear about the outcome, what she wants, focused on that, and asking the right type of questions. So that proves you're a keen learner, as you rightly described yourself. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, everyone.
All right, now I'll hand it over to someone who is known for coming up with shairis and, a poetic way of expressing. I mean, in the batch, Abida is known for, describing things in a very creative, poetic way. So, Abida, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mehnosh. Thank you, Purvi. It's a pleasure to be here, first of all. And second important thing, like if I'll start about myself, my name is Abida Sheikh. I worked in few of the MNCs. And I am like a memory athlete in World Memory Championship and an arbiter too. So this has been the journey, and now a master practitioner. So the journey has been good in life always, which I always cherished. Still, I'll say that when I look back at myself, I always felt when there was like, a change in my life, when the phases of my life took a change, when I got married, when I had kids, I always had a question, like, there's so many things to learn, like social, maths, science, English, and then the languages. Why don't anybody teach us how to live life, how to explore life, how to be aware of self, how to be aware of what's happening around us, what is right, and if it is not right, then what is the right way to look at it? And what will be the difference that can make your life different in a very different way? So I always had this question that, who's going to do this for us? Because when these phases comes in our life, a new home, a new environment, all of a sudden, and then, you have to adjust to so many things in life and so many questions, so many self-talk. And you can't approach for every question, everyone. That's like, so difficult at times. You can handle your work life very easy at times, but when it comes to your personal life, you are like a insect stuck in a cobweb who wants to come out again from that web. And then I felt that, when this change will happen, when the difference will happen, And I felt, okay, NLP, let me try. What is it? To tell you the truth, my journey was for self-awareness first, being a mother, being a wife, to know what is going around me first. And also, along with that, I'll not say that, I have not overcome challenges of others very well. Like, from my college life, people used to approach me to know that how they can get help from me. Approaching me and me giving a right way for them was much easier. But my questions unanswered was the thing which always kept me feel empty. And there were times when I questioned myself that when I can resolve others, at times why I have no answers for myself. NLP got a different view in front of me, a different life for me. A simple part of NLP, the communication model of the mind, made me think that what I think is not what others think. That is my thought. Thinking that what others are thinking is not what they are really thinking. This is what I am really thinking. And I have to change that, And in this process of learning NLP, the best part was I realized NLP is something not for elders. It's even for kids. I saw that in the movement when my children moved around, my younger one, as small as 11 years old, started picking up things of ISSing cues, representational systems, asking me question in return, what do you mean by this now? And I'm like, oh my God, I have to sit for the session to learn this. And he's moving around and doing it. How can this make a difference so easily in children? Like, these questions. And it made me feel, wow, why this is not taught in schools? Why not? Like, something where I think so no child will end up in suicide. No raggings will impact anybody's life. I don't think so. When you will enter a corporate world, you'll see, oh, it's internal politics. You'll have a broader view of it. I think like, when you'll get married, you'll know how to handle things beautifully. When you'll become a mother, you'll know how to how to parent your child in a better way. Though Mehnosh, you came, and Pawan, you came a little late in life, but I'm still happy that you are there in our life today. Got something very beautiful in our life today. This life was like an ocean. We know it. What is it? We can hear it, feel it, taste it, smell it, make a logic also out of it, why it was formed. Without scuba diving, you made me see the depth of the ocean, made me explore the different part of the ocean. Today, I don't think so I need to scuba dive sometimes to understand this life so easily. If I feel something is wrong, sometimes because we are human, it's been so many years, we have learned something in a traditional way. Now to learn it in a creative and in a better way, that takes time to learn. You can't be a master, and you can never be a master. And it is lovely to learn always. So, in this phase of life where I'm scuba diving, there are times where I get hit myself, I get the pain, and then I sit back and question again. And I feel it's not like this. It's not like that. And how can I make a difference? The frames, the reframes, the beliefs, and all the meta and the Milton model questions make me chunk down, chunk up, and have all type of views, the specific views to the umbrella views. It makes me feel, wow. It makes me feel awesome. It makes me feel what I was thinking, that, everybody should learn. I think so I can make a difference by teaching in the world tomorrow. What will make a difference? And thank you for Mehnosh, thank you Pawan, and thank you for all the people who have made this journey more beautiful, my batchmates, and and all the people around me who made me feel that, yes, I have this in me, and making me feel better always. So thank you everyone. And in this occasion of Women's Day, जैसे महनोश आपने कहा, मैं बोलना नहीं चाहती थी शायरी या पोम, लेकिन लगता है कि बोलना चाहिए, आइडेंटिटी होती है ना. So a small one for all the women over here. And I'll say one thing, Nirupama just took away my words where I wanted to be grateful to all the men in my life, because, you know, if a woman has to grow in her life, she belongs to a society. It starts from her father, her brothers, her friends, her colleagues, her boyfriend, her husband, whoever it be, and even her sons. Okay, so the journey continues, and even the mentors, you know, I always felt that men are good, and I ended up with mentors who are again men in my life. So, you know, beliefs really work wonders. And this is something for the women in this group. So let me start. Why a woman forgets to fly when she can be an eagle in the sky. She is smart, she is strong, yet somewhere she loses herself in a storm. The change of life, the change of time teaches her to compromise rather than smile. She thinks this is how she has to sail her lifeboat. Whatever comes is part of her soul. She lives with guilt, and dissatisfaction ruins her life. But still, she keeps a face of smile. Oh, women, you don't deserve this. You have choices to lead your life. A choice where you have to decide to hold on things or let it go for a better future, for a better life. So we have all the power in us to make a difference. So make a difference. Learn NLP, I'll tell you, more than the social in my life, the science and the maths and any languages, NLP made a difference. So thank you, Mehnosh. Thank you, Pawan, and all my batchmates. And even today, all the women who spoke over here, you all made a lot of difference in my life. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abida. And you can start something like a neuro-linguistic poetry.
Thank you. That's a good idea.
Thanks for the wonderful sharing. All right. So we'll have one more sharing, and I would like to invite Purvi.
Hello, everyone. So it was a surprise for me, but yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Purvi, you have
yeah.
to... Okay, because I saw you typing and I asked you, would you like to share? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really a surprise for me. But yes, so I just want to say my, few things which has impacted me a lot by the use of NLP. And the one thing, like I come from a background wherein I have had so many experiences, and I have experiences to ek baat hai, but I made so wrong meaning making about it, and specifically about my identity, about myself, that I'm not deserving, so I am not worthy. So that kind of an identity I used to have. And NLP has really helped me in overcoming this and transforming myself. So ultimately NLP has helped me in making my roots strong in self-worth and self-love aspect of it. And as Delna rightly said, everybody has an inner child who wants love and as well as who wants healing. And belief re-imprinting has helped a lot in healing that child inside, and reframing the belief and reframing the meaning making of it. And now I am much more empowered, and I make sure that at least once in a week I take my one experience and do healing and do this belief re-imprinting to it. And it has really actually, I can see a difference in myself, because on the spot, if I would have been an earlier Purvi, I would have just rejected this opportunity that no, I cannot switch on my video. I have this problem, that problem. But I then realized, no, Purvi, I have to do it, even though I'm not prepared. But yes, I have to do this and I have to grab this opportunity, because nobody is going to give you that. No, I'm not sure when I'll get the opportunity about this. Yes. And the another stuff, which is resist, what you resist persist, has become mantra. of my life. You know, Mahesh always talks about this. And earlier I used to resist so much. You know, each and every situation I used to resist it. But now, you know, I have started my coach journey that didn't work, and I started resisting my work as well. And work, I got a lot of bad experiences, you know, because I was resisting, I was attracting bad experiences in my life. And once I made this mantra, I'm now slowly started to, you know, release the resistance which I have, and now, you know, I'm getting a good work profile, as well as, you know, people around me are behaving automatically in a good manner, and now I'm also liking my work life as well. So yes, that is very, very transformational for me. And whenever I do this belief re-imprinting, I also simultaneously do perceptual position as well. So this, both the things goes hand in hand for me, so it helps me to forgive other person as well. So either I do it before the belief re-imprinting exercise or after, but I guess both the things has helped me a lot in healing the, you know, inner wound. And I had a lot of you know, limiting belief about money, about myself, about like I'm not deserving, but everything is like in the process of healing right now. And all thanks to every one of you, all thanks, like special thanks to Mahesh sir, who has really, you know, personally given attention and time to all of us. Thank you so much, and I'm really, really feeling grateful about all of your support. Thank you so much, and thank you for giving this opportunity, Mahesh sir.
Thank you so much, Purvi. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. I think it's been a wonderful session and great learning, great inspiring sharing from all of you. Thank you so much. And my special message to each one of you here, especially to the ladies, is something that I tell at the trainer level, but it's for each of you over here, that spread the magic by being the magician. Carry the torch forward and bring the amazing transformation in your own life and in everyone's life, and keep the journey on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else like to share anything? We are now open for that. Yeah, Mamta.
So you always use the garden metaphor, right? Walk into
Yeah.
the garden, see what you see, what would you like to change, how would you like to make it more beautiful? I think, how does it get any better than this, that you have changed so many lives for the better? Wow, how do you do that? That's so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I say, Mehernosh, you know, one-on-one, I send messages. Mehernosh, you're an angel, igniting so many people, empowering so many lives. And it is so nice to see the beautiful community that we have created, you know, through NLP. I think it's the most secure community we feel in place. And Mehernosh, I just want to tell you, you know, some of my beliefs which got broken in the Global NLP Summit, which I was carrying, that, you know, many times I said in the session, I'm just 1 year old senior in NLP. And, you know, in 2-3 sessions, but the sharing that we were doing based on the learnings that we had, Fiona actually stopped me and said, can you please stop saying that, Teji? Because what you're sharing is much more which we do not know. For example, many were not using submodality to overcome what we have learned, you know. And I realized that you know, that I'm not so experienced was a belief I was carrying during my profession also. When I was put on difficult projects, I was being chosen to put on difficult projects where many senior refused, and I always thought, मैं कैसे कर सकती हूँ, इतने senior लोग हैं वहां पे. And that I realized at that moment that I was carrying this belief that, you know, it's only that experience, you know, which was I was carrying. But, you know, maybe you have learned more deeper and you can still do it, is a belief which I broke. And I also want to share, you know, NLP introduced us to Dr. Tabibji. And just knowing Tabibji and, you know, the discussions that I would have with him when I wanted to get healing, it pushed me to do a deeper reading into it. And somewhere I have I have cracked that how the words, the power of words work at a cellular level and how the healing happens. I've shared it with Pinaki, I've shared it with Hina, and maybe Tabibji's sharing and just the curiosity to learn pushed me into reading some of these details, which has helped me to understand the power of healing of the mind and body, which each one of has, and I'm using it daily for myself, healing for whatever I'm going through. So I just want to thank this forum for blessing us and having us introduced to Dr. Tabibji as well.
Thank you so much.
Can I say
thank you for
something?
Pinaki. Yes, let's have a male representation also.
The dream that we are carrying with ourselves, people who are new in this forum right now, let me tell you guys, we are creating a new India, new world order. And the people who are in this forum right now, they are being given the responsibility to do that. We have taken it upon our own. Okay. And I could see that how it is flourishing with all these beautiful ladies. Ladies are the change makers in the society. And the way you are expressing your success stories of the way you are managing your thoughts, and by managing your thoughts, you are producing all these wonderful, aspiring results. This is just the beginning. So join us and let's make a beautiful world out there. They are all waiting for us, and we are the best people in this world right now. We are the best team of master practitioners of NLP here right now. Believe in it and just play your role, what you're supposed to do. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pinaki. Yeah, Upma. So Upma is from the present batch of NLP, and I'm very happy that she would like to share something. Yes, Upma.
Yeah,
NLP.
I'm mother of two. So I have elder son, 14, 15 years. He's in 10th standard. So I would like to share something that I'm going through. I'm just learning parenting, like how to handle teenagers. Learning, of course, learning, and it is going hand in hand with my son. So one thing that I used to think that, okay, I'm a mother, so I'm superior. That was one mindset I had. So I have changed it now that no, I'm not superior. We both are going together, we both are learning together. So nowadays, if something, suppose I have shouted on him, so later 1 day or 2 days later, I say him sorry. So he'll be surprised that क्या मम्मी क्या हो गया है आपको आजकल आप सॉरी सॉरी बोलती रहती हो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है. So I say to him that no beta, I realized it later. See, at that time I was angry, so I just shouted on you, so I should not have behaved that way. When I realized it later, so I'm just seeking sorry to you. So I have seen a tremendous change in him and his behavior. So one fine day I told him that, yeah, I also expect the same from you. When you do something, some mistake, or even with his younger brother, so many a times he will behave bossly, like, okay, I'm his big boss kind of. So I made him understand that, okay, no, you should say sorry. If you are doing something wrong, you should accept it first. So this particular change, like being flexible with our teenager, it is very much important. And it has very fruitful results that I have seen. And of course, I am in this NLP journey for from February starting, so just 1 month. And I'm so happy, so happy. I'm overwhelmed to join this wonderful community. And thank you so much, Mayor Nos and Pawan, that I'm part of this wonderful family. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Also, one last thing, sir.
Yeah, Nirupama.
Yeah, the theme for International Women's Day this year, that is 2023, is Embrace Equity. I mean, every year there's been a theme.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So as we discuss about the true gender equality that we are we're not only achieving when all in it. I mean, we achieve this when all individuals, regardless of gender, race, and and we have all equal access to opportunities and resources. So on this occasion, like Women's Day, and we are talking about the theme for this year, I urge everyone to start gender equality right from home, right from childhood. We have spoken enough in the society. We have spoken enough about the education, employment, and everything. But again, I feel right from right from the childhood years, we have to inculcate this habit, planting the seed in their head about equality. So by not restricting crying only for girls, we've been hearing for long, don't cry like girls, don't wear pink like girls, or something like that. So we should embrace equality amongst our children or their cousins, if they have cousin, brothers, sisters. So let's all treat equally and make it their life, their upbringing life in a way that they find everything equally. It all goes from us. Now that we all know NLP and we are all transformers, we can implement it the way we want them to be brought up. That's it.
True. Wonderful sharing. Thank you. Yeah. And let's take that forward of empowering with equality. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thank you all for sharing everything that you said. And it was really good hearing to you. For a few minutes, I had to close down because I didn't have internet. But it was really awesome. It was really wonderful to learn from all of you. Keep completing the men around you. Let that be your primary goal. And with that, wishing you all a very, very happy Women's Day, and keep empowering. And I want everybody listening to this video, please make sure that you learn these wonderful tools. It doesn't matter where you learn from, but you learn these. These are amazing. These are life transforming. And if you haven't done anything about NLP, learn it. If you have done the practitioners, go to the masters. Make sure that you utilize this platform. We have made our NLP practitioner free for everybody. Make sure that you come over, join us, learn it. It's up to you to take action. Once you are here, then we are here with your journey. We will make sure that you all excel, just the way you heard some wonderful stories. And these were just a few of them. There are many more who couldn't join today or who were not available. These were just a few wonderful stories, and there are many more such stories. Make sure you also become a wonderful story. With that wish, and with wishing you all a happy Women's Day coming up, a happy Holi coming up. Over to you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Pawan.
Sir, why competing with men? We want to compete with somebody who's better than us.
I said completing men, not competing with
completing,
men. Completing men.
Oh, I thought
आपसे compete करने की हमारी मजाल कहाँ है बाप?
ये कटाक्ष था।
जो भी था, वो माइंड रीड जो करना है कर लो। मैंने सिर्फ इतना कहा है कि कीप कंप्लीटिंग मैन, और हम आपसे कॉम्पीट नहीं कर सकते। अभी उसको क्या मतलब देना है? The meaning of the communication lies in the responsibility.
मैम साथ में है क्या आपके? तभी आप इतना अच्छा बोल रहे हैं।
नहीं। Today she is not completing. आज के दिन छुट्टी है। Okay. Have a great time.
Yeah, thanks, Pawan. Okay, Nainika's hand was raised. Nainika, you want to share something?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, Nainika.
Yeah. So I wanted to share an experience. My name is Nainika and I'm studying Masters in Physics. So we have a subject that I'm sure you all must have heard. It's called quantum mechanics. So every time we used to enter the class, we used to say, me and my classmates, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. Teacher क्या पढ़ा रही है, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. हम पक्का फेल होने वाले हैं. And all these things, and it was a natural, it's an everyday student thing. So after attending master practitioners, after a few sessions, the same thing, I woke up, I went to the quantum mechanics class, and my classmate was like, Nainika, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. पिछले 15 मिनट में मैम ने जो भी बोला कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. And I just looked at the blackboard and I was like, नहीं यार, कुछ तो समझ में आ रहा है. देख, वो वाला ना इक्वेशन है. इतना तो समझ में आता है. And I chunked down to so basic level and I was like, देख मैम ने ABCD तो दिखाई, इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है. So this presuppositions and SOMs and chunking down, it all helped me come out of this belief that quantum mechanics is very tough. And then I then jumped up to the belief that it is tough. That's why I'm attending the class. Like not everyone is in the quantum mechanics class. I am there in the class because I have the intellect enough to understand and make meaning out of it. So this one experience I wanted to share with all, that yes, this presuppositions, SOM, stunking up and down, belief change, they really change our lives. So small things, basic tools, but they really work wonders.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful share, Nainika. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Nainika, you have a master of quantum mechanics in our batch, Pinaki ji. You have to reach out to him. Wonderful.
We are all sitting inside a beautiful space called metaphysics right now.
Yeah, metaphysics.
And metaphysics is the connection between the universe and the quantum physics. Let's enjoy this journey.
Yes, and Nainika is one of our youngest master practitioners. So wonderful. So one thing when I see youngsters doing NLP and practitioner, master practitioner. Recently, I was talking to a 14-year-old who wanted to do a master practitioner. It makes me feel that, wow, this is something that I wish I had known at that time.
Yes.
And it's like, as soon as you can, I mean, empower people. I mean, you know, the right age, actually, it's like that saying that goes about the right time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the second right time is now. So whenever you are ready, or get ready and spread this awareness, spread this magic with whoever you know. And at the younger age, the more younger people are when they are learning this, you just can't imagine how they are shaping up their life at the right age. How they are transforming their meaning making itself at a very ripe, the very raw age, and that can help them to serve the way they will approach life going forward. So that's really touching. Yeah, Nirmala.
So before you go ahead, I would like to say that even I feel that I joined late. I should have joined it much earlier.
ठीक है, जब जागो जरा. True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
Nirmala ji. Hi.
Yeah. So thank you, Mehnosh. Thank you, Pavan. At this age, I mean, as a grandmother, I feel that I wish that I had known all of this when I had my kids as big as my grandson is now, and I wish I had done all this. Although people look up to me as a as a person who has brought up her kids very well, but I feel that somewhere I could have done a better job. And today, or as a teacher also, there were times when we lost our temper and we would put the blame on others, and we would never understand why that person is like this. And today, as at this age, I wish I had met all of you 20 years back when I was a young mother. But all the same, it's never too late. And I promise you that I will take this forward. Not even if it is not with my own kids, with the kids that I deal with the people I deal with. And there is so much realization that has come to me, which would have taken another 20 years for me to. And I want to, I mean, I have already started a book on parenting. I called it the mommy verse versus the mammy verse, because I am a mom as well as a ma'am. So like a universe of moms and a universe of ma'ams. So what you all are doing is giving me a lot of inputs to write my book. And I really would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Mehnosh, I want to tell you something personal. મને પારસી આવડે છે. હું મરીન લાઇન્સમાં Vaddi Thai, I forgot, but I grew up with Parsis, and the first language that I learned was Parsi because I was with Parsi neighbors. So I love you and I love Pavan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome.
Mernosh, this is W3 Success Academy TEDx session today.
Yeah. Indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Nirmala.
Thank
you.
Yeah, one last question, Mehernos, before we end up. Since we have all great ladies over here, so one question to all of them, I think they can better answer my question. On certain topic, I don't want to listen advice from others. See, by NLP, by the time I have joined NLP, I have understood that, okay, we should not give advice to anyone. People, they don't like listening to advices. But what if it is happening other way? I don't want to take advice from anyone, but there are like hell lot of people, they want to give me advice, but I just don't want to listen to it because I know what I have to do. So what you ladies will suggest me from your experience, from your like vast experience? I can just want to understand that.
I will just say one thing. Just send them to all of them, create a group, send them practitioner link. It is free. Once they go through the practitioner, they will never advise you in your life.
Great. Yeah.
But as Mamta ji said, create that circle around you. The moment they are giving you that advice, the circle of fire, let that advice drop over there and it get burns. I'm taking 1 more minute to share something. My son came just now and he gave us a surprise. And as Nirmala ji said that she has learned NLP so late. So even I feel that, and when my children see that change in me, so they feel that now you are different, you were not the same when we were small. तो मैं उनको बोलती हूँ अब तुम्हारे बच्चों के साथ डील करते समय अच्छे से डील करूंगी, उनसे अच्छे से व्यवहार करूंगी. So it's never too late. There is always a chance, and of course something which it would have really been better if I would have known it earlier. But ठीक है, वो लोग busy रहेंगे, उनके बच्चों को हम संभालेंगे, तब हम वो चीजें implement करेंगे. That was one more thing that I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have just one thing to say to Upma, right? Upma, you will have one life and you have many people around you.
Yes.
And they all have experience. So when they tell you something, you listen to it, maintain the rapport, see if it works for you. If it works, you take it and you adapt to your own circumstance and then use it. If it doesn't work, just drop it in the fire. That's it. You can't live and make all the mistakes all your life, right? So you just check in. Experience speaks. Salim ji, hello. Nice to see you. So see if it works for you. See if the advice is pertinent. Sometimes it is. And I regret a lot of the advice which I got earlier. I just negated it because I said, mujhe aata hai, you know, and I could have fine-tuned what I knew even better. So see if it helps you and then you take your call.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Yeah, thanks for sharing. In fact, on that, I would say that come back to the 3 pillars of NLP, the very basics. What is your outcome? That itself will help you to understand the advice lene ka ke nahi lene ka, whether to take the advice or drop the advice. Right?
Yeah.
And sensory awareness, see whether that advice is helping you or not, and then apply your behavioral flexibility. Choosing to be flexible to take the advice or choosing to be flexible to not take the advice. Both are part of behavioral flexibility, as long as it is by choice.
Yes.
And not just because किसी ने दिया है, इसके लिए लेना है, and not also because somebody has given and I will not ever listen to any advice. So firstly, that mindset जो है, नहीं मैं advice नहीं सुनती हूँ. Let that not be a definition. Let that not define you. Take an advice as just one more idea, one more option, and weigh it against the options that you already have.
Yes.
Like, there is one thing, suno sabki, karo khud ki. But karo ki after weighing what is the various things, what are the various options that you have? Not just because khud ki karna hai aur manmani karni hai. So just treat it as one more thing. And the thing that जो सामने को बोल रहा है उसको अभी क्या respond करें? उसको बुरा लगेगा क्या नहीं लिया तो? Will he feel offended if I don't take his advice? So don't think of that. Stay in rapport, agree to disagree, match and mirror, and politely tell him, thank you for sharing.
ये अभी पता है क्या हुआ? This was three idiots in action. Okay, I gave the same thing. मैंने उसपे लेबल नहीं चिपकाया, आपने उसपे NLP का लेबल चिपका दिया. This was 3 idiots in action.
Exactly. You said the same thing. I agree.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, thank you for labeling that, because we needed those. Like I said, I've always used NLP but never labeled, and I got the label just now. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. And I think we can pause over here, and take the journey forward and keep making the changes in your life and transforming yourself as well as others, and spread the magic by being the magician.
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
again, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Pavan.
Once
Excuse me,
again,
sir.
and
Sir, may
see you.
Manish sir, please. Hello.